What's going on, Bears fans? The Bears just broke rookie minicamp. Myself and Annie up here will break
Third.
everything down from Colston Loveland to Ozzy Trapilo to Luther Burden the third, right here on Bears on Tracks. Coming up next.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yo. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
Welcome into Bears on Tracks here on the Chicago Sports Podcast Network. My name is Aaron Current, aka AC. You can find me on X at Aaron Current, and my co-host tonight will be Annie Up. Annie Up, how you
Yes,
doing
sir.
tonight, brother? We're gonna talk a
I'm
little
feeling
bit
groovy, bro.
rookie
I
minicamp.
worked a lot less than I usually do, so I got a little spunk to me today. I'm ready, bro.
Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, just I had planned on coming on here and talking about something completely different, but with rookie minicamp just wrapping up, you got to touch on what's the latest with the Bears.
True.
Listening around to other rookie mini camps and seeing what's going on around the league.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing to me at least was the way Ozzy Trapilo showed out. Is it Trapilo or Tripolo? I'll have to figure that one
I
out.
think it's trip. They said trip and pillow, so I think it's Trapilo. I don't know.
Either way, he's massive, 6'8". I think he's like 365 pounds. Played left and right tackle at Boston College, and they had him playing an awful lot of left this week in rookie minicamp. Now, when the season starts, Braxton Jones is coming back from an ankle injury, so
Yeah.
we don't know if he's going to be penciled in there
Right.
or if they're going to let Ozzy have a go at it. Uh, what are your thoughts on Ozzy Trapilo? Do you think let's run him at left tackle and let Darnell run it right, or some people are even saying, hey, let's flip these dudes and let Darnell run the left side? What are your thoughts on him?
Well, bro, I would like to see Trapilo stay in his natural position. I know he's saying he's done this and that, and I respect that, bro. Being versatile is huge in the NFL or any sport for that matter. But I would rather the rookie stay where he last played at in college, which is left, right? And to be honest with you, Braxton coming off an injury, let's just talk about it. And I'm not here to bash Braxton. I know I always preface it with that, but it's Braxton, bro. So
Yeah.
imagine Braxton not at 100%. That doesn't give me all the confidence in the world. So I'm thinking with all of these wonderful reviews we're getting and the type of guy he is from talking and saying how he's a dog on that field. I watched some BC tape. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets the edge. If he's coming in making noise this early and my boy coming from off an injury, that's gonna be tough, bro. So I'm thinking Trapilo might come out there rookie year and be on that left side, man.
Yeah, I mean, you got a point there. He did most recently play the right tackle position at Boston
Oh, right
College,
tackle.
but he played left tackle, and then I heard Bill O'Brien on 670 The Score talking about they had a big draft prospect coming in to play left
Yeah,
tackle. So, Trapilo was a team player, and even
yeah,
when they've talked to him now, he says, wherever it gets me on the field, I'll even learn how to
yeah,
snap,
yeah.
whatever gets me on the field. So he can play either side. I like your idea, though. Put him on the left side, let Darnell lock down the right side.
Yeah.
I love Braxton Jones for what he is. He's a
For
fifth
what he
round
is.
draft pick from a small school, Southern Utah, who I just we're 3 years in, man, and we're still working on trying to get him to anchor down, and that's his
Yeah,
biggest issue still.
yeah.
It's hard to see him turning the corner, and then as you said, coming off the injury as well. Yeah, I'd like to see what Ozzy can do there on the left side, and
Yeah.
I mean, you got an all pro left guard that you brought
True
in,
story.
so I think either way, whoever you stick over there, they're going to learn a lot from Joe Tooney there,
It's a good point,
and
bro.
I like, but I like the idea of Ozzy, a big 6'8"
Yeah,
left
yeah. I
tackle,
see you smiling.
just a big. I mean, he reminds me of. I don't know if you watched Game of Thrones when it was on,
Yeah.
but the Mountain. That's what this dude reminds me of. He reminds me of
Hey,
that guy. Just
let me
blocks
get
out the.
Game of Thrones over there. Come opening day, bro.
Right. Maybe we should get that going here on the Chicago Sports Podcast. We'll get that trending a little bit. Let's put our Mountain at left tackle over there,
Yeah, for sure.
blocking for Caleb's blind side. Now the
Yeah,
other guy that stood out, the numbers the numbers that they're wearing came out, and some people had something to say about the next guy, Luther Burden the third.
Luther.
We had a lot of people on X saying, "Why is the number 3 retired? We need to bring it out of retirement, this and that." But maybe I'm old school, but I love to see a wide receiver just rocking 80 something. You know, he's rocking
Yeah,
87, and I love it. He missed a little bit of time at training camp or at rookie mini camp with an injury, but he came right back.
yeah,
And I'm excited to see where this guy can go because I feel like we have a carbon copy of DJ Moore. So
yeah,
when you're spelling DJ Moore with another DJ Moore, or even having them on the field at the same time,
yeah.
look out
That's a
trying to
headache.
cover these guys. Yeah, and
That's a headache.
I believe he had the second most yak yards in NCAA last year, if I'm not mistaken. So just getting the ball, you know what we struggled with last year was Caleb holding on to the ball. Get the ball out
Yeah,
of your hands, and
yeah,
this guy can do something special. So
yeah.
I'm really
Absolutely.
excited to see what Ben Johnson can do. And Antoine Randall, the wide receivers coach, I am over the moon that he brought him with him from Detroit. I am so excited to see what he can do with these pieces. When they first
Absolutely.
made the pick, I wanted a left tackle. I'm not going to lie. So
Same.
I was a little like, why are we grabbing wide receiver here? But I mean, this is a dude who had first round grades, Amon
Yeah.
Ross St. Brown type motivation. It seems like his mindset is there. Andy up. Have you looked into Luther Burden the third? What are your thoughts on him?
Man, I checked out Luther Burden earlier this year, bro. I just stumbled upon him, not looking for anything, not thinking about the Bears getting a wide out or anything, bro. But I checked him out and I was super impressed. I don't watch a lot of Mizzou ball. Um, I was super impressed. I know he got the yak. He can, but he can, the way the guy can track a ball, man. I think I'm a little more impressed with that over the yak. Or it's one A,
Mm,
one and one A.
hmm
But the ball tracking skills and when I heard the name call, because initially when I first heard Loveland, I was like, I'm not mad, but I wasn't as excited as maybe a left tackle or a running back. I wasn't, but then I slept on it. You know, I'm a logical guy. Did some deeper diving. I was like, okay, I get it. And Ben is building this thing how he wants to be built. But back to Burden, the yak, bro, the ball tracking and the toughness. Like for that guy to, hurt himself, and I don't know exactly what happened to him. Well, I don't think anyone does at this point because you're not in the Bears organization. But he to come back out there like just, and then even through the yak yardage, you could see the toughness. So him and Jameson Williams pretty close, which works right up the alley. Like if you got somebody you close to that's a pro that's done it before you, and you guys share the same coach or his ex-coach and Randall, I love how everything is just coming together like electrodes, bro. So I truly believe I truly believe Burden is going to be Burden. Yeah, man. I'm excited about Burden, man. I'm excited about Burden.
I definitely think he's motivated.
Oh,
I
and
don't
the
know if you can tell
motivation.
by
I'm sorry.
my accent. I'm in SEC. I'm in SEC country, so I saw a little bit of Missouri, and I think he's going to come in with a willingness to work and a willingness to lock down that slot
Yeah,
receiver position that Keenan Allen held down last year,
yeah,
really, and that was really Caleb's
it
go-to
was.
guy. You know, Keenan took a lot of targets, so we're gonna have to spread those out. And you touched on Colston Loveland there. I heard him on 670 The Score this morning with Mully and
Okay.
Hall, and he talked about the surgery that he had gotten in January, and That's where we're giving a lot of Bears fans pause is you're coming in off of a shoulder surgery. He had an AC joint shoulder
Yeah.
dislocation, which they said, you can. I'm assuming that Michigan told him you can play through this, or we can clear it up, and you're going to miss your final
Right.
year of
Right.
eligibility. So I think he seems like that guy. I mean, this is a dude who worked on the farm in where was he from? Wyoming, I believe. A literal
Yeah.
cowboy who knows how to work a lasso. So he's definitely the kind of guy who's going to show up early, put in the
Yeah.
work, and work his way through injury.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to see again how they tandem him and Cole Kmet
Yeah.
together. I heard Robert Mays on the Score today talking about how much he saw, and he works with Dane Brugler at the
Yeah.
Athletic on the Athletic Football
Mm-hmm.
Show all the time. And he said how much he saw Sam Laporta in this guy.
Wow.
So obviously, that excites
Yeah.
me to hear that.
Absolutely.
They're saying he's kind of a he's like Sam Laporta with more athleticism. So that's yeah, definitely want to see how that turns out. And to continue on with these rookies that they brought in, when they first drafted Hyppolite in the 4th round, I was like, who is this guy? Why was this a need? But then I looked at the
Mm-hmm.
numbers. Obviously, like you said, Annie, up. You sleep on it. Don't
Yeah.
go out there
Yeah.
running your mouth on X before you do a
Absolutely.
little bit of research on a
Absolutely.
guy.
Not.
This is a guy who ran. If he would have got a combine invite, he would have been the fastest linebacker at the combine, running a 4.42 40-yard dash. We definitely needed to upgrade
Yeah.
speed.
Yes.
I think that was the one reason why they let Sanborn leave and test free agency, and he's back with Eberflus in Dallas.
Yeah.
I think they just wanted to upgrade that. And at the very least, you're getting a solid special teams contributor who's going to fly down the field and just
Yeah.
lay the lumber to somebody, which I
Yeah.
absolutely love. Have you looked into him at all, or
Listen, AC. I'm gonna tell you, I'm huge. I'm a Madden guy, of course. And bro,
Yeah.
I will go on a depth chart on Madden and take the more skilled guys with the most awareness. If they're slow, take them out and put guys like Hyppolite in, because you cannot teach speed. So I'm a speed demon
Absolutely.
type of guy. I wasn't as down. I'm hearing a lot of people were a little down on that pick. I don't think I was, especially hearing a guy's journey. That means a world. Like when you really got to fight for it, bro, and no invites anywhere, flying around the country and not knowing it, So I think that, and he's super smart. He's a heady dude. So he's not just, brawn and all that. He's fast and he's smart. And Dennis Allen loves his speed at linebacker. So I can honestly see Hyppolite doing. I think he'll succeed in the hybrid safety type of vibe, bro. Personally. Like, you don't want to have them in all the coverage situations, but times you get out there and want to get exotic like DA likes to do every now and again on those 3rd and longs, you got Hyppolite, and he's see-ball, get ball. He's a tackle for loss waiting to happen, man. So, yeah, I like Hyppolite, man. I like him a little more than the average Bears fan.
Hey, that's great information, man. Like you said, though, talking about his journey to make it to, I believe it was Maryland that he
Yep.
finished up his college career at, playing in the
Yep.
Big Ten. But like you said, flying all over the field, and they gave T.J. Edwards the extension this year.
Yep.
Gave him good money, and Tremaine Edmonds is going to in a prove it year, really. But I love what you said about, Dennis Allen came out and said, we need speed. These guys can run.
Yeah.
And that's what he's going to do. I skipped right over another 2nd round pick there. The defensive tackle.
Real quick before we close it out on Hyppolite. This is my last thing. That's my dog. He was the man over there, bro. He was the leader of that team, man. Just putting that out there.
AC.
Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you guys, you got over 590 in the building, most of them for XApp. So let's give them a quick shout out and tell them to go ahead and subscribe on YouTube, and make sure they hit that like button, smash that like button, and give us some free support, man. You guys are doing a great job over there.
I absolutely, like Track said, yeah, I see the 590 above my head here. Yeah,
if
if
you
you're
look at the
listening
top
in,
left, hey AC, if you look at the top left, you see a little eyeball or something. That'll let you
yes, sir.
know if you put your cursor on there, it'll tell you where all the support's coming from, whether it be YouTube,
Okay.
Facebook, or X app. So
Oh
that's
yes, yeah, we got
that's all I wanted to say, man. You guys are killing it. You guys have a good show and
Let's go.
enjoy, man. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Tracks.
all right,
Yep.
Tracks. I appreciate it.
Have a good one, man.
Yeah, if you're watching on X right now, it's saying we got 580 right there just from the
Yeah.
X app on at Shy Sports Tracks. If you hop over to YouTube and hit the subscribe, hit the like, you can hop in the chat with us. We got a couple of guys in here, James Childress and Bears fan for life over in here. You know, they're in the chat saying Green Bay sucks, talking David Rigdon, we're going to get to your comment a little bit later there. But I did want to go right back just for a second. Shemar
Yeah.
Turner, the second round draft pick out of Texas A&M. I thought, you know, he played a little edge at Texas A&M
Yeah.
prior to moving inside so they could get Nick Scorton and Shamar Stewart, who were also draft picks on the edges, and they let Turner really try and wreak havoc at the three technique,
Yeah.
which he did a pretty good job at. They asked Dennis Allen if he was going to play edge, and he kind of, I don't know if he was just kind of holding his comments back or what, but he said he's a defensive tackle. We drafted him there. So that's bringing in, at the very least, our biggest question mark with Javon Dexter was the get off. So you bring in a guy who's he's going to light a fire under you. I mean, we're still waiting on Zach Pickens at the nose tackle position, which I love Andrew Billings. Thank God he's
I do
coming
too.
back. Actually, friend of the barroom. I've interviewed Andrew Billings a couple of times because my co-host is cousins with him. Great dude on and off the field. His wife's from Kentucky. I'm from Kentucky as well.
Okay.
So yeah, he's a great guy. Definitely shout out to Andrew Billings.
Shout out AB.
And he'll be coming back this year. Ryan Poles has already said he's back in the weight room getting stronger, which surprises nobody. I don't know if you know this about Andrew Billings. I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but
no, do your
this
thing,
is a man who, I don't know if you're a wrestling fan at all, Annie Up. A man even if you're not, a man by the name of Mark Henry, the world's strongest man.
Yeah, Mark Henry
owned the weightlifting record in Texas. Andrew Billings broke his record at weightlifting. This is the world's strongest. This is the man in the middle of our defensive line. So I'm excited to get him back.
I didn't know that.
yeah, and Shemar Turner coming back, lighting a fire behind Javon Dexter. He's rocking number 95. So DeMarcus Walker goes out and they bring in another guy and he gets his number taken. But we'll see how all that works out. I really like his get off. He plays with a violent, just the violence that you want to see from your defensive lineman.
Yeah, I agree.
And I love to see that. I believe the next draft pick, if I'm not mistaken, was Zay Frazier, and someone in the comment. I thought it was Zaw when I first saw it because it's ZAH.
That's what Ryan Poles called him that at the podium, bro.
I mean, you see ZAH, that's how you think it. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy.
That's what I thought, bro.
but
no, I really like Zay Frazier, man. That speed, the length. I finally heard him interview, and he just seems so joyful and happy. I love it, and that's fine. You know, people say, "Yo, you gotta have." When he gets on that field, he shows what he can do. But just talking to the media, just happy to be here, man. And another thing that I keep hearing from these young guys, which just warms my soul, AC, is I keep hearing them say it's a blessing. It felt like family. It felt different than the other visits. That means something to me, bro. So
yeah.
And there was more than 2 or 3 guys who said it, so that means something. Then you got he has a heck of a stud to learn behind a few guys who know what they're doing on that side of the ball.
Absolutely.
In that defensive backfield. And with Turner as well, he got some dogs who've been doing it for a while to learn from. We got Billings and Grady now. So and Javon stepped it up last year from he's progressing. Pickens. He's on the back of a milk carton. I'm going to give him another year, and hopefully, I'm not going to give him anything. Hopefully, he shows some flashes because I thought, I was happy that we went and got 2 DTs when we did. But yeah, man, Zay Frazier, bro, that speed, man, that speed. He has the speed that he can get. Well, hopefully he won't be getting beat, but he can get beat and recover. He got that speed like that. So I'm a huge fan of him. And I can't wait to see. He's going to make noise, bro, immediately. And he's going to put that fire on the Tariq. I bet you won't catch him jawing at the fans at the end of a crucial game again, because Zay Frazier coming, bro.
So glad you brought that up. David Rigdon did bring up a question in the chat. Says, I'm wondering if Dennis Allen is going to make Zay Frazier into a free safety, being that he's such a ball hawk. He's a taller corner. I think he was 6'3". He's 6'3", very skinny though, which worries me as far as putting at safety, because you got to be able to hit somebody back there. I mean, historically you do. But maybe they could put on some pounds and he can play back there. But I'm excited to see his speed up close. Like you said, pushing the guys in front of him. You got Tyreek Stevenson, who's in a prove it year. You know, this is the guy, if you remember, which now that we have the Pope, we don't have to worry about very many Hail Marys in the city of Chicago. But now that we got more competition coming in that defensive backfield that's already jam-packed, you know, you got all-pro Jalen Johnson. You got Kyler Gordon, who finally gets paid, and people can stop talking about him or George Pickens, because George Pickens doesn't even play for his original team anymore. We made the right decision there. Ryan Poles, Tyreek Stevenson, who I think is a really good player.
Me too.
He just and you kind of need that asshole sometimes, right? Especially on the defensive side of the ball. You just gotta know how to hone it, you know, and have it in the right place at the right time. The safety position, that might be a reason why David brought that up. You know, the safety position, you've got Jaquan Brisker coming back from injury. You got Kevin Byard, who's 31 now. You've got Jonathan Owens coming back.
Jonathan Owens, I'm sorry,
Owens and Hicks.
Elijah Hicks. There's no one on the team I want off the team more than Elijah Hicks, bro. I do not like to see number 22. I think that's his number. I do not like to see him take the field, dog. I know I'm just being honest, bro. Like, and then so many highlights that I've seen on YouTube, even, it's always that guy trailing, man. I just don't want it. I don't want it, man. I don't want it. I have PTSD from Hicks being out there. We need a safety, dog. We need a safety.
I agree. They brought in some undrafted free agents, one out of Oregon.
Tasheen Johnson. I like him. I like Tasheen Johnson. He's solid. He needs to work on ball tracking, but he's a thumper and he's quick, and he's a for sure tackle. I do like Tasheen Johnson.
And they brought in another safety. His name was Major Burns, and his name stuck out to me because A, Major Right, and B, that's kind of an unfortunate name for a DB. You're getting burnt majorly. I don't know, but just stay in front of them. I don't know.
Right, Major Burns. I remember that.
Yeah, so they brought those guys in. We'll see how it all plays out in training camp and everything. Maybe they go out and sign a guy later. I mean, I think Justin Simmons is still sitting out there in free agency, former All-Pro safety. I mean, you know, there's guys on the street that we can bring in. But I'm trying to remember the rest of our draft class. Rounded out Luke Newman, who they brought in from Michigan State.
Like Luke.
Absolutely, yeah, he's a dog on the. I am, in case anyone doesn't know, I am a part of the Barroom Radio Network as well, run by Aldo Gandia, and he worked directly with Greg Gabriel, who was the former scouting head at Chicago Bears. He's the guy who drafted Devin Hester, so he kind of knows what he's talking about. But he did a scouting report on Luke Newman for an agency and said, you know, he's a dog. He didn't know about the arm. The arm length is like 32, but they're saying he's going to kick inside the center. So if he kicks inside the center, then you've got depth at that position behind Drew Dahlman, who you brought in on a good free agent money. I'm trying to think of what his contract was. You brought him in with a good pay.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you put Newman behind him, he can learn a thing or two for a few years and see
yep,
how it works out. You know, it's kind of a lottery
absolutely.
scratch off ticket there in the 6th round. And then in the 7th round, this is a guy who is gaining steam in Chicago, Monangai from Rutgers. He shows up, and Bears fans all draft wanted a running back. The Bears make us wait until the very last round, and they grab Monangai. And he comes to Chicago. This is a guy who had the most touches in Rutgers history without a fumble.
Hmm.
He doesn't necessarily have the breakaway speed,
Right.
but he's a great blocker,
Hmm.
and he never seems to go down on first contact.
No.
Those are the first two things that I noticed about this guy. Annie, up if you want to maybe touch a second on Newman, and then wax poetic about Monangai.
Hey man, get Newman in that middle, like you say. We got Dahlman. Let's get a 2-for-1 right now. So we got you right now for a couple years. You teach this young fella everything you know, because you are the top of the league at your position. Be a sponge. He was a wall dude. I watched some clips where dude he took on two guys, just totally rattled them, had them bump into each other, and then chip. Like it's like he made 3 blocks, bro. Like I was like, okay, so we got something here. I will sleep on him. I'll admit. But played up in Michigan. That's right up the street, right down the road. So he's not tripping about. He's not gonna have any sleeves on when that lake effect is off the lakefront. So man. And then that's another thing, bro. We focused on the brains, the toughness, and the way these guys character perceive them. And I mean we really killed that draft, bro. And Newman, again, will sleep on him. Did my research, totally, thoroughly impressed. And Monangai, I don't know how that guy was on the board at 7. I also like his vision. He has good vision. He doesn't have that breakaway speed, but we got somebody who can put the burners on is Swift. And I'm not
Yeah.
down on Swift like a lot of people. Swift had 1,300 yards from scrimmage, and I'm gonna always repeat that. 1,300 yards from the line of scrimmage for what we had going on last year. It's decent,
Yep.
bro. I'll take that. So I see what we're doing, mixing it up a bit. We still got Roshan. We got to see what Roshan got this year, though. He gotta come ready to play. Because Monangai is coming. He's coming. I know that for sure. But I like his vision, toughness. You said he never goes down on the first tackle. He got that contact balance. And I mean, I was looking at the dude. I mean, like he got muscles coming out the back of his ears, bro. Like, and then I like how he carried himself in the presser too. Like some of those questions that sometimes they'll just just throw anything out there. And maybe they didn't have. Maybe someone asked their favorite question, so they had to kind of improv or whatever. But they asked them. I think they asked him, how he felt about the guys who went in front of him or something. He said, I don't spend my time concerned about those things. He said, now, will I use it as fuel? Sure, but we're not dwelling on that. And he was, he wasn't being pretentious. He was
Right.
being genuine. So, yeah, man, I'm liking everything, but I'm a Bears fan, a lifer. And I know everyone's like, it's like a broken record. We do this every year. No. I smell what the Rock is cooking this year, bro. From the staff. See, that's shout out to you, bro, for getting the wrestling analogy. But no, seriously, from the staff to the draft picks to how we picked, the feel is different. I don't care what anybody says. So yeah, man, Monangai and Newman, my guys. I like
I'm
both of those guys.
absolutely right there with you. And just remember who we brought in as running back coach. You got Eric Bieniemy back there, who
Facts.
I mean, the guy, all he does is has a proven track record
Yes.
and maybe he's a hard ass, but like I said, you need that sometimes.
Yeah.
I played and I loved when a coach would get in my ass. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
that
hear
was,
you, bro.
different players react differently, but
Mhm.
I think Eric Bieniemy was like, let's go get this dude. And they
Yeah.
went and got his guy. They also bring in an undrafted free agent running back out of Texas State. I don't know a ton about him, but they were showing him at the rookie minicamp there. So I definitely wanted to just give him a quick little shout out there because that's not the only running back we brought in for a tryout basis and stuff. But yeah, I love what you said about they really attacked the draft and went position. They picked up positions in need. They waited. They didn't jump. They didn't get antsy. They didn't ante up a bunch of picks.
Right.
Try and move up the board. So they sat back, waited their turn, and grabbed their guys. And I love the way the draft played out.
I did too, bro.
And like you said, man, everyone wants to say the Bears are always off-season champs, but as long as I don't know your opinion of the guy, but as long as Matt Eberflus was wearing that Script B hat on my sideline, I was still taken aback just a little bit, no matter what. And we finally went out. We got the guy that I am excited about. Ben Johnson was the apple of my eye for the last 2 years. and the apple of a lot of NFL franchises.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Tom Brady was trying to bring this guy to Las Vegas.
Highly coveted, bro.
We go out, we get the guy that everybody wants. We got the quarterback that everybody wanted last year. We grabbed the wide receiver that was at the top of a lot of players, but that's kind of getting forgotten, with this new regime coming in and Keenan Allen going out. We got Rome Odunze that we grabbed in the top 10 last year too, so it'd be really exciting to see how it all plays out. I'm so fired up that the offensive line got upgraded. You bring in a defensive coordinator in Dennis Allen who has never had, as DC, he's never had lower than a top 3 defense.
Wow,
when he's allowed to just run the defense, his defense, it's like Vic Fangio all over again, who I love and respected. And
I love Vic, bro.
I was cheering for the Eagles simply because Vic Fangio was up there in their booth.
I respect that, bro.
Absolutely, but I think the rookie minicamp played out nicely, and nobody got, knock on wood, nobody got seriously injured. We'll see how things go with minicamp and everything. But I did want to touch on one more thing with you, Annie, before we get out of here. As everybody knows, we've already seen leaks. If you're on X, if you're on Facebook, the NFL has leaked a couple of games out here and there. The number one game, the first game of the season that we care about, the Chicago Bears. Do you have a prediction for who it now? Everyone knows we have division home and away. I think we're playing the AFC North because I know the Bears are coming to Cincinnati. I plan on going to that game. I know we're playing Las Vegas in Vegas. I'm just trying to think of some of the opponents. We did see that the first game of the year is going to be Eagles Cowboys on Thursday night, kicking everything off. But do you have a prediction for the first game for the Bears schedule?
Man, bro. I think and hey, listen, man, there's no wrong answers. This is a prediction.
That's right.
I wish we had the Packers.
You like playing Packers first, huh?
I love playing the Packers first. Yes. So if it's early, if we come out a little shaky, we got a while. We'll be a different team next time we see them. But then if we come out and do the things that we think this coaching staff are going to coach these guys up to do, we smash them, and then they have to. That's 2 in a row, and then they have to think about us all of those weeks. So anyway, I love the Packers first. Get the Packers out there. But I'm not even sure who's the first game.
They haven't announced it yet.
Oh, they haven't announced. Okay. That's what I'm predicting. I think shake it up, put it in a hat. We're gonna first game. It's gonna be a medium to a mid team. Not one good, not one terrible. Probably Atlanta Falcons or something, bro. Somebody like that. Probably Atlanta or something, bro.
Trying to think if we play. I don't know. I'm not sure if we play.
No NFC South.
I meant to come in prepared with all of our opponents, but I had looked up and kind of did a little bit of research. I think that it's going to be a divisional game, but I don't think it's going to be the Packers. I actually think because we played on Thanksgiving last year in Detroit. So I think we open the season, Ben Johnson going back home to Detroit, to take on the Lions in week 1. Trax was saying this in our group chat, and I wanted to put it in there too, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to hold my prediction for on the show so Trax can pull this later and put it on YouTube Shorts. And if it's right, AC is going to look like the smartest Bear fan on the planet.
Hey, I want that. I want Ben Johnson. I want Ben Johnson going down there and because you know what, bro? I promise you, before we got Ben Johnson, I had no problem with the Detroit Lions. Of course, when they faced in front of us, I want to smash them every time, but I never had problems with the fans. I never said mean things. It was cool. It's just the Packers. And after Ben became my coach, it has been smoke ever since, bro. So I would love us to play those guys first. Come on, give me the Lions first. That's what it is, bro. You said it. That's what it is. We got the Lions first, bro.
Well, you heard it here first, y'all. On Bears on Tracks on the Chicago Sports Podcast. We're calling Bears at Detroit week 1. I don't know if it'll be prime time. We'll see how it all plays out, but definitely that's going to be that's our prediction, is that the Bears go to Detroit and come out with a W.
Yes, sir.
So we can start out 1-0. Caleb goes up there and shows those guys.
We weren't even impressed with those guys when they had Ben, bro. So now we got Ben. So, you know what I mean? Like, we were still giving them trouble and problems, shutting Goff down, picking them off 5 times, beating them out. Like, I just don't understand where this cockiness came from, bro. It's crazy. But anyway, that's another talk show, man.
Well, I mean, you know what they always say, Annie? They say, act like you've been there before, and it's not really like Lions fans can say that.
I'm with you. I'm with you when you're right, man. I'm with you when you're right, man.
But I think that's gonna wrap it up for us here on the Chicago Sports Podcast. Myself, AC. You can find me on X at Aaron Current, and my boy Annie Up came in. Thank you for joining me tonight to talk a little bit of minicamp. We've got over 1,000 in viewers right now. So if we could hit the like, share this with your Bears fans, share it with your Lions fans, and tell them we're coming for that ass week 1. But until next week, I'm just leave everybody with a bear down.
Thanks, guys.